Hey YouTube, how you guys doing? My name is Malik and welcome to my YouTube channel. And in this video, I'm going to be revealing to you guys my Ancestry DNA results. So I've had these results for a while now. I've had them since March. So this video is not going to be some big reveal where, I'm shocked and, like, you know, uh, I'm just sharing these results to you guys and contributing to the wealth of videos out there of other people revealing their results. So a little bit about my family background, my heritage, my known heritage. I'm African American. Both my parents are African American. I was born and raised in Baltimore, Maryland. Um, on my mom's side, I can trace all her ancestors, all her family back to the 1800s in primarily Virginia and South Carolina, with a little bit of North Carolina. And on my father's side, I can trace all of his family back to the 1800s in Maryland and South Carolina. Now, when it comes to my paternal grandfather, so my father's father, I don't know much about his family. His family's a mystery, so you know. On to the DNA results. Let me pull them up. So, y'all ready to see what I'm all made up of? Y'all ready to see what I'm made of? Yeah, I know you guys are. That's why you're watching this dang video. Alright, here we go. Ethnicity estimate. So, for my first region, it says that 32% comes from Nigeria. Alright, so 32% comes from Nigeria. 16% comes from Cameroon, Congo, and Western Bantu peoples. Bantu peoples. 14% comes from Ivory Coast and Ghana. 9% comes from England and Northwestern Europe. 8% comes from Mali. 5% comes from Nigeria, East Central. 4% comes from Benin and Togo. 4% comes from Ireland. 3% comes from Norway, another 3% comes from Wales, and 2% comes from Senegal. So altogether, adding all those up, that gives me about 81% African and 19% European, which really isn't all that much of a surprise. I mean, if you can look at me, you can see that I'm mostly a black man with, some other stuff going on. All right, so on to the genetic communities. So the first genetic community that I was assigned to, and this one was actually one of my strongest. It was one of the genetic communities where they told me that my connection to it was very likely, and that's Coastal Carolina African Americans. And I got three sub communities within that. The first sub-community is Southeastern Coastal South Carolina African Americans. Uh, the second sub-community that I got is Central Eastern South Carolina African Americans. And the third one is Florence area African Americans. And that's Coastal Carolina. Now, what's interesting about Coastal Carolina, something that I found, really interesting is that if you look at the historical timeline, it'll talk about rice plantations. So it'll talk about enslaved Africans on rice plantations. It talks about Sea Island cotton, and it also talks about certain religious customs, like how the enslaved Africans created, like, they practiced certain religious customs that blended African and European slash Christian religious customs, and I do know that all of those things are what the Gullah Geechee people of the coastal and sea islands of South Carolina are known for. And that got me thinking: Am I? Am I? Am I Gullah Geechee? Do I got some Gullah Geechee heritage? I don't know really. I'm not sure. Maybe I do. I don't know. And yeah, so the second genetic community that I was assigned to, and this is also one of my strongest. It's another very likely connection, and that's early South Carolina African Americans. And I got one sub community within that, and that's PD region African Americans. So that's the PD region of South Carolina. South Carolina is divided up into four regions. One of the regions is PD. The second one is Low Country. The third one is Midlands, and the fourth one is Upstate. So yeah, Uh, that's four regions of South Carolina. So the third community that I was assigned to, and this one was actually a lower confidence one. It was a genetic community where they told me that my connection to it is possible, and that's Lower Chesapeake Bay to Northeast North Carolina African Americans. So that's on my mother's father's side, because like I said, he's from Virginia, Portsmouth, Virginia. So yeah, that's about right. And I got four sub. No, I got two sub communities within Lower Chesapeake Bay. The first one is Williamsburg to Northeast North Carolina African Americans. The second one is Dinwiddie to Halifax and Northampton County African Americans. So that was pretty cool. Now, what's also cool about this genetic community, another little fun historical thing about this genetic community is that this is the area where it's been said that a community of escaped Africans managed to create a community here. They called them the Maroons of the Great Dismal Swamp, and I thought that was pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. I wonder if I could be descended from them too. And the last genetic community that I was assigned to is early Southern United States African Americans. And I got one subcommunity within that, and that's Virginia, Maryland, and Lower Mississippi River African Americans. So yeah, those are my results. It was pretty cool to see all of that. Even though nothing in here was really all that surprising, uh, I did learn some things. I did learn some things, and it was pretty cool to see which regions of Africa that I have origins in. That I could have origins in. And yeah, I encourage all you other people, all you good people out there to take a test and find out where your genetic origins lie. So yeah, that's it. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, and maybe I'll make some more videos in the future. I don't know. Depends on how I feel. And yeah, that's it. So thank y'all for watching this video. Peace out.